All right, I am so glad for another episode. Be here with What the Hell Do I Know with JB. My guests today are Danny and Joe. Your guys are going to have to say your last names individually because there's zero chance I'm going to be able to pronounce them. I'm assuming.
Mine is very easy. It's Oz. Just O-Z.
O-Z. Well, yours
like
is
the
easy.
wizard.
That's
Like the
Oz.
wizard.
Like the wizard.
And mine is Shiloh.
Shiloh, that is super easy. Shiloh, that's
You give it a
easy.
shot now.
Yeah. Well, if you were here with my other co-host, I butcher everybody's names, so I get them wrong all the time. But Joe and Danny, Oz, Joe, Shiloh, Danny, Oz. See, this is where I'll mess it up.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
where I strap it around. Which y'all known each other like your whole lives. I've seen you guys on another podcast. Shout out to my friends David Fields and Eddie Gallagher over that Shoot Me Straight podcast. They do a great job. David contacted me because we share, guests and information and collaborate all the time together and try to get better in this podcasting world. So,
You guys killing it.
hey man, I appreciate
It looks great. It was
Thank you so much. But
Such a
he's so
pleasure.
great. And you guys have such an interesting story. So I know I saw your story. I'm going to dive into it a little differently because, I don't have all that SEAL background and all the stuff that Eddie has. And he goes into, y'all really get into it. But you guys have immigrated from Israel.
correct.
10 years ago for you, Danny.
Correct.
And 8 years ago,
8 years ago
for you, Joe. Is that correct? And I want to dive into that story. I think we just go right into it. You grew up in Israel till you were how old, Danny?
I left the country when I was 22 years old.
Okay.
22 years old.
22.
Yes, there was actually, you know what? Sorry. I left the country when I was 22 years old. My birthday was in the state when I was celebrating 23 years old.
Oh, so right there
Yeah,
at 22.
that was my present for myself. I got myself a ticket and I just hopped on a plane
By yourself.
by myself. I left good work, girlfriend, family. I would say good life.
Yeah.
Like everybody was shocked by the decision.
How long had you been thinking about it?
I would say my whole life.
Your whole life you've been thinking
Something-
all about the U.S. or just
Not that-
get out of Israel?
I could never explain the feeling. So when I was about 13 years old, I took a decision to drop off school.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me,
Okay.
and I had a family live in the state. I'm not sure if that was a California or somewhere else, but I knew it's a family there, far family.
Okay.
And I was telling my mom, I want to fly to the state and work for my family. The guy named David, she called him, and he said, serve the military first and talk to me after.
Really?
And if you're ready,
Well, because you have to have a sponsor, right? When you come over originally, is that basically?
You do.
There's probably some loopholes here and there that you kind of land and say, "I'm in vacation." You find
Yeah.
a sponsor as you're going, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
you do want to
Yeah.
walk in from the front door.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do,
Right.
do
Look,
it in the right way.
Look, everybody do it in the right way. We
Yeah.
get it. We
Yeah.
get it. But yeah.
So anyway,
But I can't blame anybody for. By the way, I
Yeah,
can't blame
yeah.
anybody for
Yeah.
backdooring.
If it happens, if you
I'm
fall
a
in
parent-
love.
if I'm a parent in a struggling third world country, not that Israel is. I'm talking there.
in a way.
We're going to dive into. I want to dive into a little bit of that and background from leaving Israel. But I'm not saying Israel is. But when you think south of the border, you've got some third world countries. I mean, if I'm there and I have any resources at all to provide my children a better life,
Yeah.
damn well, sure, I'm cool.
You
Hell
do
yeah.
whatever it takes.
I get it.
Yeah.
I actually get it.
So anyway, that was inside me. I couldn't explain as a kid what's the feeling. I'm not sure if it's because I never left the country, growing up very poor family, loved family but poor.
Now, Joe told a story that your family had a little bit of wealth there
For a short period of
for
time.
a short period of
Yeah,
time, and
yeah.
then just tragedy happened and calamity.
There was an
happened.
accident
Yeah.
with my dad, with my uncle. My dad and my uncle were partners, and life happened.
Yeah.
He was a diver. Accident in the ocean, and then everything just changed.
Yeah.
Life never promised. The tomorrow is never promised.
You're
And
not promised everything. Not
we
promised
can
the world.
we can make plan as much as we want,
Yeah.
but God has His own way.
Yeah. For sure.
And I can't really, even now, I can't really explain this feeling. And I let it go living my life, went to work like crazy, support and help, obviously financial with the family.
You
And
just had kind of a wanderlust.
Yes,
almost, right?
absolutely.
Which that happens, by the way, to people in every country. I know my brother-in-law had a boat at one time, and it was a nice boat. I mean, it had a couple staterooms on it. He captained around the different places all in Florida and the Caribbean and all this stuff. And he called it, I think it's called Wanderlust.
wow.
Was the name of the boat, because he just felt like a soul that at that point in time in his life he needed travel, and he still loves to travel. He's got a bunch of young kids hanging around him now.
That's
so
awesome.
It anchors you to a place when
Yeah.
you have that happen.
That's awesome.
But it happens to everybody. There are people in this world that they need the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt that there was, inside me the whole time. Served the military, did my thing, had to quit the service for a reason. I didn't want to continue in a certain position. And I got a call from my friend, come work for the Prime Minister as a security guard.
Okay.
Did it for a very short amount of time.
So you're a security guard for the Prime Minister
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And I mean, what always worries me about in countries in the Middle East is that it feels like when folks are wanting to do something to someone. My brother was in the Marine Corps. When he went to get out, they offered him jobs to protect different people
Yes.
in the Middle East.
Very common.
Right? And he thought to himself, I'm not going to take this bonus because these guys don't get hit with like a gun. It's like RPG.
It's always a something. It's always a something.
It's always something. Like it's all the collateral damage around that person.
Well,
So that was pretty intense.
If they wanted to attack, it's going to be a whole operation.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I get a random call from a friend who served with me in the military, not in our unit,
Yeah.
different unit.
Okay.
And out of nowhere just said, "Hey, will you ever move to the state?" I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah.
And I took advantage of that. That was pretty quick. Within 3 weeks after making a decision,
Gone.
I left. Everybody was shocked. You making good money.
I mean,
you have a
3
good job.
weeks, bro.
Yeah. Everybody were shocked about it
You
because
owe some people some money. 3 weeks, you
Hey,
had to
man.
jump.
and but this is me. Same
Yeah.
way we moved from Chicago here. Everything happened within. We took a decision in March.
Yeah.
By July we were here.
Yeah.
Like I said, nothing is
you were
promised.
here by yourself, or you and your friend. You came with a friend.
No, I came by myself.
You came by yourself.
Came by myself.
But your friend says would you ever think about the U.S.? He didn't come with you.
He was already here.
Oh, okay. So you met him in Chicago.
He was looking to expand his company.
Okay.
And he was looking for an employee.
Okay.
And that's how I started.
Okay. What were you working in?
Locksmith.
Locksmith.
I started as a locksmith.
Really?
Working in Southside Chicago for 3 years.
Oh, yes, sir.
For me, that was living in a movie.
Now, south side of Chicago, because I'm not familiar really with Chicago. I mean, I know every big city has like the areas
South.
that are like nice.
Yes.
And areas aren't. In Atlanta, the south side wasn't always as nice, but it was starting to come up. I grew up on the south side of Atlanta, but it was really country, more country, and it started developing down towards the south some. But I know everybody's got like the bad area of town. So is south side Chicago kind of like the
It's the worst in the U.S.
It's the worst in the U.S.
Yes.
Why don't I know this statistic? This is crazy.
You
I'm
should.
American. I should know this.
You should.
I don't keep up with all these people, man. I don't go to Chicago.
Yeah,
You don't need this shit, man.
I don't need to go to Chicago.
Living
The main question is, are you a White Sox fan or a Cubs fan?
I'm not, man, you'll be surprised. We're both probably not a sports guy, man.
Hey, I like it. I'd be with the White Sox.
We're
man. Screw
into
those Cubs.
sports, but not as fans.
We-
just-
Not as fans.
Yeah.
You're just into it. Just
Yes.
watch it. You like competition.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
when something's at stake, something's on the line.
Yeah.
Something's like I tell you, I could watch like. Have you ever seen Olympic curling, where they like have in the winter and they shove these balls of like these ice balls down, right?
Very interesting sports.
Right. But when you get into the medal rounds of Olympic curling, and if the U.S. is in it, I am in it, man. I am
Getting crazy with the jersey.
sweet.
So same idea.
Yeah.
I am following UFC, some boxing events. Obviously, football is great, but can't really track with all this team.
Yeah.
Still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. South side of Chicago, what an experience. I mean, you're living life every single day.
And unlocking locks. I mean, you have anybody say, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here. What are you doing?" I mean, you get a lot of that. I mean, that's like towing a car.
Yes.
You know, it's like you're.
People try to rob you
Yeah.
on daily basis.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like they try to rob you and they know, hey, you're a serviceman. You probably carry cash on you.
Did you feel like when you came from Israel, and Joe, I really am going to jump into your stuff too, good. But do you feel like when you came from Israel and you came into the south side of Chicago, was it vastly different, or were you going like, wow, the same crap's happening here that was happening there? And I don't know your area of Israel, by the way.
Oh, I came from,
I see things on the news.
Yeah. No, I get it. Actually, good question. No, because when you're in Israel, it's such a small country.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people here hear so many things about the place there on the news. Most of it are, not a reality or crap or, tons
It's nice. It's some beautiful areas, right?
Beautiful. Right. But living in the States, you're thinking downtown, you're thinking
like Tel Aviv.
Wealth. Yeah, you're thinking rich, you're thinking big buildings.
Oh, when you're in Israel, you're thinking that.
Yes, you're thinking, when you're in Israel, you're thinking you go to the state.
All the movies.
All you see is
Hollywood.
New York, Chicago.
Yes. And then I'm in the south side.
Yeah.
And I see, oh, okay, I've seen
to America.
Yeah, I've seen those in the movie too.
Yeah.
But that's a fucking it's
that
real.
wasn't. This is real now.
And I never felt that I'm in danger. I never felt because you don't know. I never felt like I'm in a very dangerous area, and these people are probably gangsters or. They're not gonna pay me for the service. They just use me, and they're probably gonna ask me to give them the cash that I carry.
Yeah.
But what you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
And I was very happy. I'm a very positive person. I was enjoying to work there, and the energy. These people just got the energy. Who the fuck is this guy who doesn't?
Yeah. So when you were growing up in Israel, both of you could. I mean, y'all chime in too, but Joe. But when you were growing up in Israel, because right now there's a lot of strife going on there. We can dive into a little of that. And I know you've got the conflict going on. Quite frankly, it's been going on for
forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it dates back to biblical times. And what do you? Growing up, did you fear for your safety more or less in Israel versus outside of Chicago?
No, actually,
about the same. You feel?
I think you fear more in Southside Chicago after you know.
After you know.
Yes.
And also you do feel at the beginning, it's not my country. A lot of things are still
tension. There's a little tension.
A little bit tension. In Israel, you feel comfortable, even though it sounds crazy.
Yeah. No, well, you grew up with it.
But there are places that you shouldn't go, especially not at night, especially not speaking Hebrew in Israel, which is crazy.
Still the same thing.
But because we grew up there, we know where not to go.
Yeah.
Now we know you don't go to Southside Chicago after 6 p.m.
So there's a Southside Chicago in Israel.
Yes.
Every country has one, right?
Smaller in scale.
Yeah,
but
right. What's the size of? I mean, I can look on a map and I could try to traject Israel and overlay it. But if you were to pick a state,
it's about the size of New Jersey.
New Jersey,
yes,
that's what I was kind of thinking.
The whole country.
The whole country.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've got a good bit of shoreline too.
Oh yeah.
Into the Mediterranean.
All the way, about 400 miles of shoreline.
Yeah.
So the country is very long and narrow.
What's the favorite resort area in Israel? Like if I wanted to go to Israel and I wanted to lay out on the beach.
You should go to the south, Eilat.
Really?
Eilat is a small town, very similar to Eilat.
It's
okay.
like
I thought you were saying go to the south a lot.
No.
I was like, great. I'll go
Eilat.
Eilat.
It's the south. Is the south, right? Is the
southernmost point? Yeah.
It's the southernmost point in Israel.
Really? So that'd be closer to like Egypt?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see
borders with Egypt and Jordan.
And Jordan. Okay.
You can see it at night. It's beautiful.
Well, the Jordan River would be down there, right? I mean, somewhere.
Somewhat. The Jordan River crosses between Israel and Jordan for about 300 miles.
What would be the biblical city Eilat? What would that equate to? Do you know? Like if you were to go back 2,000, 2,500 years, like, do you know what it had been called? I don't know.
No
I mean,
idea, man.
like all of us that grew up here in this Christian world, this Christian U.S., like we used to grow up with the Bible. Like if you grew up in the South, it's the Bible Belt down here. And you would have a Bible. And I remember growing up and open it up and it would be a map of like Israel.
Yeah. Jerusalem, Hebron, Bethlehem.
And it would just name all these like significant cities that a biblical, I say characters, but really people.
Yeah.
Conquered or developed or then later on into our New Testament would have gone out and preached this gospel throughout these these cities all the way to Syria.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's crazy. You know, and then on into, I mean, we've got evidence of Greece and Rome, and I mean, the Judeo-Christians would have left and spread even more.
Right.
Which is very interesting.
Israel, it's a very interesting country.
It's a very
highly recommend to
interesting
visit it.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what is your background, it doesn't really matter. You're going to find yourself there somehow,
Right.
connecting to something.
Right.
So many places to see, great food, awesome culture. Yes, it looks terrible over the TV, I mean, from
Yeah.
here, but you probably won't feel it if you go there.
Do you miss your homeland at all occasionally?
To a degree, maybe sometime family, honestly, friends, come and go anyway, so that's not a big issue.
Yeah.
But family, it would be nice to see them slightly more, but also it's very nice not to be dependent or, in daily touch with them.
Do you have parents still in Israel?
Parents, brothers, sisters, everyone there.
Same, both of you?
Yeah, I helped my parents to move from Israel to the state there in Chicago
There in
about
Chicago.
4.5 years ago.
Okay, so
They're
they
here.
came over.
Yes. I mean, the
And
kids.
do they like? Yeah.
That's how with the
Yeah, but now you're down here.
I know.
Are you working to get them down?
Eventually.
Eventually. Yeah. Because they've got to miss, that's what, a 14-hour drive, right?
Yes.
Something like that, 12-hour drive?
We're just there Thanksgiving, yes.
Oh, you drove?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because there was a last minute decision,
Yeah.
and there was no flight available
Oh, yeah.
with all the kids.
Well, and the shutdown with the government shutdown and
Yeah.
everything else, there were flights being canceled all over. the
Yeah.
place. My daughter lives, I have 3 children. My oldest daughter lives in Atlanta, and we were trying to fly her and her boyfriend down for Thanksgiving, and flights were just so discombobulated with their
It's
work
crazy.
schedules. I was like, look, it's a 6-hour drive, 5.5-hour drive. Come on.
hop in a car.
Hop in a car. Just come on.
I'll
down.
see.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
No.
Yeah.
But so Joe, did you leave in a 3-week notice?
More like a 6-day notice.
6-day notice.
So
you definitely owed somebody.
So we
money.
served together. We served together, obviously in the special forces, and there's a 3-year mandatory service.
Right.
Which then Danny quit after the 3-year mandatory and went to do the security guard for the prime minister.
Right.
I took on a permanent job for additional 3.5 years, so actually getting paid, not just.
So when you're serving, you don't get paid.
You get paid like $200 a month. So that's
What in the world? So I guess they think, okay,
It doesn't
I'm
get you
giving
anything there.
Do they give you like shelter?
so you get free transportation, and obviously you get all your food and everything when
Shelter
you're
as well?
at the base. Yeah, shelter and everything.
I mean, you stay in the base if you want to, but
Yeah, you go home once every 2 or 3 weeks for a day
Well,
or
I mean,
two.
where else are you going to go with $200 a month? I mean, you're
Nowhere.
staying on the base.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, or some girl you're bunking up with. But yeah, I mean, it's something. Yeah.
So it was kind of nice for me to be offered to go an officer's course and then do pretty much the same thing with more responsibility,
So you became an officer.
but also getting paid. Now it's instead of $200, it's
Yeah.
$3,000,
Right,
which
right.
is a lot for doing the exact same thing.
Sure. What would be the equation of, if I've got $10 in U.S. and I have it to spend in Israel, what would that equate? Because sometimes money goes a little bit further,
I think 80 shekels.
No, $10?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to say what's the
No,
equivalent
don't-
dollar or
what it's
whatever.
going to be worth over there?
Because you hear the difference. Like if you're making $3,000 a month, what would that equate? Let's put it a different way. If you're making $3,000 a month in Israel, what would that equivalent of a salary here in the U.S. on a monthly salary be? Because what you would need to spend to have the same sort of value.
For the most part, Israel is about 20% more expensive than here.
20%
And the
more.
Yes.
salaries are 20 to 30% less
Lower.
than here.
How do you survive? So,
So-
then this is
You
why you
don't.
wanted to look at leaving.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
In large part.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Exactly.
Right. What is the cost? The increase in cost, is it from the war stuff and the strike,
It's,
or is it
it's
just
a lot of expenses on
import?
politics, on
Yeah.
corruptions, on
Yeah.
security, and
Tax.
it's a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
Like the highest tax bracket is 50%.
Well, 50%.
50%. So and it doesn't start at that high of a bracket. I think person who's making over $12,000 a month
Right.
is at the highest bracket already.
12,000 shekels or the shekels?
No, $12,000
So
Over-
12,000 US dollars,
It's
you'd
about
already be at the
thirty-
highest,
at the highest tax bracket.
Yes. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
And,
some
and for
strike.
example, here, if you're
Brother.
filing married,
Yeah.
then you get twice the bracket.
Right.
In Israel, it doesn't matter. Each person is taxed individually, even if you're married.
Oh wow. Wow. That's very
Welcome to
interesting.
Israel.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's hard, man. It's
That's
very hard.
brother, That's difficult.
Even
I
if
didn't
you're
know
making
that.
good money, it's hard. It's hard to live life there.
And if
Well,
you,
how does an entrepreneur is there entrepreneurial people in Israel, and how do they get taxed?
Well,
Is
they
that
always said they always partner with the country.
even
50% with the country.
even more because they're paying
50% with the yeah, but
they're paying I
more,
think
right?
27% like corporate tax,
Yep.
and then they pay
Then they
their,
pay their personal
income
tax.
tax. So they get to 50,
So there's
60%
no-
easily.
So you guys, we're going to flash it up there because I want to we're going to put all your stuff on Post Edit. I'll put all your website and Instagrams and all that good stuff up. But
Appreciate it.
because I know down here, especially if you're down here in the Emerald Coast, you guys do a lot of different work, and I'm going to dive into your work, getting through your story here a little bit. But as you guys know, in having businesses here in the U.S., you have shelters, where you have a business, you have write-offs, you have different things that pass through or don't pass through, stay in the company, you have LLC protection, all of these things. Doesn't sound like it works that way in Israel.
No, it doesn't.
It's supposed to be similar, but
Supposed to.
it's not.
Oh.
It's a lot harder
It's also
there.
a lot of things that happen. You were talking at the beginning of a third world country.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said in a way.
Mhm.
Then you have a lot of other things like maybe sort of mafia people who control some areas. They come and get
Yeah.
protection.
What do they call it in Israel, the mafia?
Well, it's not really a mafia, but it's a lot of people.
I mean, but they have a gang. Like we got the South Side
yeah,
Crips.
it's called the same. It's called mafia.
It's,
The-
Yeah, it's the same word
it's
in
a ma-
Hebrew.
Italian.
It's a mafia, but you use their last names. So it's go by the last name of the head of the family. And they literally control areas. And if you want to open your business in one of their areas, you have to pay
Very
to
interesting.
get protection. That's what they call it, protection.
protection.
So on top of the
Protection.
money
They've been doing that. They've been doing that over here.
Royalties.
Royalties.
So we don't burn your business down.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
or
pay
something-
protection?
Something could possibly happen here.
Someone
and if you
might
don't
come
pay,
in the middle
the
of the
day
night.
after, the day after you find yourself your business burned, oh, dude, I told you, you must pay us the protection.
We could have protected you.
Yeah. Yeah. We were here to help.
Yeah.
Oh man, so it goes on everywhere.
Yes.
That's insane. So, Joe, you got out in a 6-day notice.
So I stayed for another 3.5 years as an actually paid job.
Mm-hmm.
But I only stayed because I said, okay, only if I'm going to commander's course, to do an officer's course, to get more responsibility because I'm not challenged anymore.
Right.
So I need more challenge and obviously more money, then I'll stay for a while. I never intended to be a lifelong
Right.
army person.
Yep.
And after about 2 years, I wasn't challenged anymore. And I was offered promotions and college degrees and other certificates, and
Yeah.
said, sorry, not for me.
Okay.
I already bought the one-way ticket
Yep.
a year before moving,
You had bought a ticket.
before I was even released. Because I checked what's
Yeah,
the
okay.
soonest I could release without paying a fine. Because I got certificates and
Okay.
courses and stuff like that.
But you could pay a fine and get out of the military or no?
You could, but I had to pay like $30,000 to get
I
released
gotcha. So
before
you're like-
March 1st. So,
so
I
you're
bought a
just like-
ticket for March 6th, 2018.
So you, okay. All right.
Gave them the notice 6 months ahead
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
And March
That was
1st got
it.
released, March 6th on the plane, one-way ticket.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But you already knew Danny.
So I knew Danny because we served together, and I
Okay.
was born American citizen. I've been many
Really?
times in the U.S. My mom is originally from New Jersey. She was born and raised in New
Oh.
Jersey, a suburb of Manhattan. So
Yeah.
like 30 minutes out of Manhattan. She did Columbia University.
Oh, wow.
My grandparents, rest in peace, used to live in New Jersey
Okay.
until 2000.
What part of Jersey?
Teaneck, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's on the west of the river.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had this need and want to always go to the U.S. to spend some time
Well,
and
especially
live here.
The heritage.
Yeah, I've been here like
American
6-7
heritage,
times
yeah.
visiting family as a kid.
Yeah.
Like my
Were you-
parents told me for
So
my...
you said your mother was American. Were you born here in the U.S. or you born?
No.
But you had American.
So here's
citizenship through
something.
Her.
So here's something most Americans
Yeah.
don't know. There's I call it like grade, like a grade A citizen, grade B citizen. It's not really a terminology.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if you are born in the U.S. and live at least 7 years between 0 and 13,
Okay.
you're what I call grade A citizen. You automatically transfer citizenship to your kids and grandkids, no matter where they're born.
Wow. Okay.
But if you just
This is the lucky people.
But if you gained your citizenship in another way,
Okay.
or didn't spend 7 years between 0 and 13, but just
Okay.
born there, you're a citizen, but you don't pass anything. So
Wow. So if you immigrate to this country,
if you immigrate, you become a citizen. You go back to your home country. You make a kid. He's not a
he's
citizen.
not a citizen.
He has to go through green card
So all the other
process.
statuses,
Many
everything.
exactly. But for me, I didn't need to. Obviously, I got
Right.
citizenship when I was born.
Okay.
And-
but you don't have then. Do you have the status to be able to pass that on to your children?
Yes, but not because
they
of
be-
me.
will they be
Because of my mom. Because it's two generations.
It's two. Well, and then were they born? Were your children born here in the U.S.?
So now I got one kid and one on the way. He was born here, so he got citizenship
got it-
regardless.
right. So
But
he's-
if he'll
he's
be
grade A.
here for 7 years, he'll be a grade A citizen.
Grade A citizen
So
in 7
that's
years.
2 more generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You building on it, baby. That's so awesome, man. I love it. What I love about this immigrant story, by the way, and Danny, I know when we were talking about prepping, I shared with you a little bit of this because, I'm like 3rd generation immigrant. My great grandfather came from Hungary and immigrated, and he lost his wife in some of the war-torn strife that was happening in that Hungary and Montenegro and all of that area. There's a lot of fighting that's been going on there for thousands of years as well. I mean, it's war's been a part of history for a long time. But he lost his wife and had 2 children and came through Ellis Island.
Wow.
In New York and immigrated through, found himself in Atlanta, Georgia, and working for the Haverty Furniture Company back when Mr. Haverty was still there, and worked really hard and paid off a home, or got close to paying off a home. But I know when he passed away, all those years later as an immigrant working for Mr. Haverty came over, the story goes, he came over to my because he remarried, had an additional, I think 5 or 6 kids. For whatever reason, in that generation, as you may understand, in this masculine-dominated generation, I think we're getting better. We're, I think, trying to figure out how to elevate women. We're always trying to elevate everybody we can and treat them with respect. But back in that generation, he gave all the boys that were born education through Georgia Tech. He paid for all of them to go to college. The girls, high school. I don't know. That was like a thing. It's old-fashioned. It's like very old-fashioned, but it changed trajectory of people's lineage. After he passed away, Mr. Haverty came over to my great-grandmother and said, "We've got everything covered," and made sure to take care of the home and bills and all this stuff because he was such an integral worker for him for all these years. Coincidentally, that house was in a part of Atlanta called Inman Park, which is downtown Atlanta. It was considered Atlanta's first suburb. Now it's fully downtown Atlanta.
Wow.
And Jimmy Carter, years later, wanted to buy this for his presidential library. So he bought that home that my great-grandparents' home set on, and they paid market price, which was great.
Wow.
And allowed more generations to continue to flourish.
Wow.
So it's
What a
very
story.
interesting. My wife's family was Dutch. They have a history of immigration. I mean, our country's full of immigrants. I mean, I did a 23andMe, and I was like, I felt like I could narrow it down, and I'm like, this mutt from all over the place. You guys, if you did a 23andMe, I mean, it would be pretty Israeli, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be high.
For me, it's more of your origins. It's
Really? So it'd be more
100% Europe. Hungary,
okay.
Romania.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Really? How
Like,
about that?
My parents, my father is first generation in Israel, and my mom she's not even first generation.
What made your father move to Israel? Or I guess his parents.
So
but he was
his parents moved, they fled from the Holocaust.
Oh, wow.
They survived for close to 6 years of Holocaust. My grandmother was 19 when it started.
Wow.
She was in Auschwitz, the concentration camp,
Really?
and she survived, released by the Russians, and then she came to Israel.
That's insane. Well,
Yeah.
there was a big movement of Jewish culture that spread out, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
went into different areas. But then that entire kind of, German, Nazi invasion and persecution which was just absolutely sickening, really caused a lot of folks to kind of come back.
Yeah.
I mean, that pushed a lot of folks back into Israel.
Yes.
Not just to Israel, also to the U.S. Most of the U.S.
Okay.
Jews
Yeah.
Okay.
are people who fled before the Holocaust started. So the smarter ones. My mother's family side came from Poland.
He said the smarter one.
Smarter ones.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they left
Yeah.
before.
They left between World War I and World War II. They left Poland and came to New York.
When you talk to people that have survived Holocaust events, I mean, is that, when I feel like when you say the word Holocaust, I mean, it just, like, it stands,
It's
my
big,
hair on
it's
back,
big,
of my-
yeah,
it's
it's
big,
big.
like, it's some of the worst we've ever seen.
In history,
you know?
yes.
And I'm not saying that there hasn't been worse in history, because for whatever reason, humans come up with the most grotesque ways to do violence to each other. We there's some darkness in the world, but when you see one culture be persecuted in that way, in such a heavy manner, and I mean in considered modern day world, I mean that's insane. I mean, when you sit down with someone, is there like a reverence and like a heaviness to it in these stories?
Oh, yeah. And they document it pretty well. In Israel, they have this place, it's called Yad Vashem, where they interview all the survivors. So even my grandmother, she had like 6 hours of tapes
Really?
telling her story, and she have the thing etched on her hand from the concentration camp.
What do you mean?
With the
thing?
number.
So that
She had the number.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's real. My grandmother
Right.
had the number with
to
blue
her
ink.
death, to
the death, yeah.
and they etched it in and then inked it.
And they numbered people like cows.
Wow.
They call you by number. They kill you by number. Yeah, that's
Weren't a person anymore.
no.
Wow.
It's deep, man.
Yeah, no, I've gone through some Holocaust museums. In DC has one, right?
Chicago has a good one.
Do they do?
Yeah,
do they?
Chicago has a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to know from the past so you don't repeat it again. So you do have to understand it. So I understand why these stories need to be told. Why do you? Was there anything specific that your grandmother would say how she just survived, or was just God's provision?
Just day by day,
Yeah.
doing her best, avoiding things that will probably get her killed, working hard, because they would keep the working people
Okay.
so they can work,
Okay.
and they would kill everyone who shows the
Any weakness,
smallest weakness.
disease, weakness.
I'll give you an example. When they were like filtered or screened at the entrance to Auschwitz camp, they put you in two lines of those who are healthy to those who are sick or have little kids or elderly. And one line is to be slaughtered, the other, war camp.
Oh my word.
So my grandmother she
Once-
was there with her
Once you're not good
sister.
enough, you're dead. Once you're not good enough to make some work, to make some progress, they shoot you.
I mean,
Pretty simple.
I'm sitting here just. Of course, I've read history, and of course, I understand some of these things. But just to hear it, and to then, to know that you're just a few generations
Yeah.
away from that. I mean, we
Give me
still
some
have
goosebumps.
this. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
insane.
She had 10 brothers and sisters, so total of 11, and they came out 5 alive from the Holocaust.
Wow.
5 came to Israel.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. I'm so, I mean, I just hate to even hear that. And I don't even want to tell you I got some German blood in me with the last name Becker. I mean, we're the good side. I was against him, certain of it. But I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane, bro.
Yeah. Funny thing, the Holocaust came as a new thing after October 7 in Israel. People were start thinking, what would happen next? Am I leaving the country? Same like those people that you call them the smart people who left before, because you don't know. I mean, they
hit
break
the
in-
U.S.
Yeah.
There's a relationship with the U.S. and
Yeah.
Israel's been a long-standing relationship. What could happen next?
Exactly.
And
then October 7 happened, and a lot of people, got brutal murdered in the country. So they start thinking that was the first thing the first thing they came to their head, Holocaust again.
Yeah, for the audience listening, October 7th was really, I guess, Hamas that came into Israel.
They broke into the
Kind
border.
of plain clothes.
Yep.
then started capturing people. We saw some of the worst atrocities
Yeah.
again in public.
In public, about what,
Like-
3,000? How many
Like
people?
in Tel Aviv, right?
Yeah, video stream from GoPros. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's insane.
And they murdered about how many people? Did they say?
1,200 people
Where you
that
see
first day.
people that were at concerts and they just snatch them out. Like there was some, was there
Yeah,
like festival stuff
a
or
music festival, like something like Burning Man.
Burning Man, yeah.
So just people in the desert
Yeah.
playing music.
You would hear these stories and you'd see these stories of this daughter that was going to go,
That's
20-year-old
crazy, man.
daughter, 22-year-old girl that was, dancing to music. And the next thing you know, she's like,
I mean, now
on
they start-
videotape somewhere being killed.
Now they start release all those voice texts,
Oh,
or
really?
between the people who's about to get murdered. I mean, the people that are about to get killed brutally in the party, sending their last message to their family. As a father,
This
man,
was 2023, right?
Yeah.
And so they're just psychologically like messing with you then,
Yes.
taking a text,
Yes.
taking a message, and then sending it after the fact. Or,
yes.
Wow.
And as a father, you hear those message. Like, imagine waking up one morning,
You can't do anything.
Saturday morning, and you get this call from your daughter.
Completely helpless.
I mean, I can't even think about it.
It's this kind of stuff that we do to, because you see these sides, and this is a question, and I'm not even, I hope this doesn't come across any sort of way, but because there's a movement in our country where you have like a pro-Palestinian sort of thing going on, this anti sort of thing going on. I find myself that I think humans can do bad things on both sides. Like
Absolutely.
I'd be more for just peace, right? Like anybody that's for peace, right?
We both moved here also to don't raise our kids for hate
Yeah,
or for survive.
right.
Just like you said,
Yeah.
peace.
Peace.
Think about you. Live the dream.
Yeah.
Go to the beach.
Because
Travel.
the people that do that would be that's a terroristic act. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the worst, right? But then there are people that are probably on the West Bank, I guess, that
Yes.
aren't. They're making hot dogs for folks, in a grocery store, or whatever. They're not. They're just a normal
many
person with-
ordinary normal
Normal
persons who
person,
just want
yeah.
to live life,
right.
but they're in a pickle because they're really being led by terrorist
well,
organizations. They're under.
But are they born there, and do they have a choice? Like when you get under that control and those things, it's like, how do you get out of that?
They have
You just
somewhat of a
leave.
choice, but
You just
You have to
leave.
leave? Okay.
We just left.
just like when
Yeah.
you grow up in a
Okay.
very poor place,
Yeah.
you're more likely to go to jail or
Yeah.
be in a single parent family.
Right.
Same thing. They grow up around terrorism.
And so
They're more likely to lean into it.
lean into it.
That's all you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't think? I mean, there's got to be some decent people that, right?
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. That. I mean, there's always somebody that stands up to it. I think was it Bernhofer or Bonhoeffer in Germany that said that the Nazis first came after this group and he didn't say anything. Then they came after this group and he didn't say anything. Then they came after this group and he didn't say anything. Then they came after me. Right?
Yeah.
So at some point
Yeah.
there's usually somebody that stands up and says,
I feel like if you
That's
left,
tough.
if you left the place you came from, it's a reason for that. Don't bring this culture.
"Don't bring it over here.
Don't bring
Yeah.
it over here.
Yeah.
This is my thing now, and that's also the reason we moved from Chicago. One of the reasons that we moved from Chicago to the Florida South. Dude, let me live my life in peace.
Do you think so? It was kind of coming up with the
Yes,
bigger cities,
yes,
this like
yes.
conflict, and you pick a side sort of thing. And you're
I
like,
hate
but
pop-
I mean, why am I picking sides here?
Yeah.
This is not this is not what I signed for. This is not what I came
Nobody should be killing anybody.
for. No,
No.
Like, let's
No.
say no.
and not just killing anybody. Nobody needs to worry about thinking about it or living around it. I'm thinking of my young kids. I want them all to think about fun, happiness. What else they can do to just have another great day in this beautiful world, right? God gave us life
Yeah.
and human, like you said, doing bad things to each other.
Yeah.
And I think I can't control everybody, but I
Yeah.
can control my own little, small world, which is me, my wife, and my kids and my family. And I'm leading my family towards the place I'm thinking we can live our best life with no drama, no hate.
Treat people with respect.
Just
dignity.
enjoy, smile, have fun, thinking about the future. How can I be the best version of myself? and you can't. You really can't. If you grow up in Israel, you always have to be in a survival mode. How can I just keep surviving here? Financially, safe. You know, you're thinking about everything. Am I gonna go in the military? Like, I'm looking at my friends. They thinking, sending my kids to the military now. Am I doing it? Am I not? What am I doing? Like, it's so much, taking so much of your time, attention, thoughts. It's all about other things instead of how can I focus myself.
You know what's crazy is you talk about South Side of Chicago, but there are, you know, ghettos, which is a Jewish word.
Yeah.
Really.
It is.
I mean, I found this out when I went to Europe. We were touring an area in, God, what's that place that, is it Venice that has the water around it?
Yes.
Yeah. And we were going through there, and this lady's on this tour was like, this is where then she says it with like a harsher vowel or something, ghetto or something like that. And that was where she said that we put all the Jews in this area. And I guess that's a word for like, what is
That's
that?
where ghetto came from. It was basically, it was an organized plan before shipping. They found out that killing systematically is expensive and inefficient. If you just shoot people and let them rot in the street, and not sustainable because then you know that you're killing people. So the way they did,
$1, huh?
so it was a plan that lasted several years. That first they enclosed areas in big cities. Now there are a lot of Jews. They call them ghettos, and then they sent the Jews to live there and only there, and prevented them from other work opportunities or moving. Then they confiscated their belongings. Then they built the concentration camps and killing camps. And then they started building those rail lines. This is why Europe is all have good, very good rail networks.
Yeah.
Then they would take the Jews on the trains to the camps, and then they were sorted to those who can or can't work.
Wow. I mean, this is just, when you think about your culture and your history, I mean, going all the way back, first off, like if you go all the way back to the beginning and like the Tanakh, you know, and like Genesis, that we're made in the image of God. All men. Like we're image bearers, but we're not doing that to each other anymore. We're not looking at each other and saying, you're made in the image of God.
No.
We're not doing that. You just look different than me. You don't sound right from me. I don't like.
Very judgmental.
Yes.
Like we're always judging the other people.
And you almost have every right when you think about, I mean, thousands of years of Jewish heritage there's a scripture in Jeremiah that says, "For I know the things I have for you, says the Lord, things for you to prosper, things to give you a better life." That was all written before like 700 years of captivity by the Egyptians. I mean, there are generations of Jews that didn't even know freedom right after that was written. And I see people all the time put it up for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I think it's great. I do think that God has a plan in your life and he wants you to prosper. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have like everything. You know, you're not promised, you know, everything. But then you go from that. I mean, you go through the entire Old Testament. I mean, there's a lot of captivity. There's a lot of like finding a homeland. There's a lot of searching for where's the promised land. There's a lot of, you know, when Jesus comes along, it's, you know, still ruled by Romans.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got it's a long history of trying to find a home.
And I guess we kind of forgot about it. I mean, I think it's not happening anymore. A lot of people in Israel think about the Israel like us who left the country. Like, well, they saying it in a way that you are not part of us anymore. Because it took us, like you said, thousands of years
to even get to this point.
Get to this point.
Yeah, I see. Oh, wow.
How could you move out of a country that your grandparents put their blood and sweat and tears and fled from the Holocaust or from
I didn't think about that.
or from Arab countries to get to Israel, and then you just move because you're looking for a better opportunity.
Wow.
You get it all the time. And
wow. So it's like I mean, I'd say it's a little bit of this, like, you ever be around that, like, parent that would be say something to you about, like, well, you must just not love me enough, and it's like that guilt, but in a country guilt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You choose to leave, you have no more rights over here. Like, don't even talk about
Really?
what would you do or how would you
Wow.
react for.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's okay. I
Very-
mean, like you said, people judge all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a great attitude about it. I mean, it's just a fascinating story, that immigrant story. And what I love about this, too, and we talked about this as well, you come over here, and what I've seen in the immigrant story traditionally, and I want to go back to one thing before I jump on this. You were talking about this fight or flight, and this in this season, just not knowing if you'd be safe, and you growing up in this and things of that nature. Some people in war-torn areas, there have been people that have described that not being able to get it out of your head, not knowing where you in socioeconomic, so in what we would consider like the ghettos of the U.S. So in different, government housing and in bigger cities, and there are children that will describe this like, I don't know where my next meal is. I don't know, so you don't have to actually have bombs over your head, but, there's drive-by shootings. There's, so you live in that fear, and this constant fear. It creates this like, I mean, it almost creates two different responses. You either want to get out or you like
Be part of it.
Yeah.
I was just about to say it's two ways, but it's your decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I know it's very easy to make the different decision.
Yeah.
The easiest way is just to go to the same way.
Right. But you
But
got to
like
make
you said,
something different.
it's always someone who stand out.
You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision.
Right?
Right.
You have to.
Right. And I still think in this country there are opportunities even for folks that if you listen, I mean, you can listen to a podcast for free on YouTube. Almost everybody has a phone that they can get internet at this point from. Free Wi-Fi all over the place. And if you were listening to something like this, you might hear a story saying, hey, if they can get out, I can get out. Right? If they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I tend to think that if you work at the system hard enough, there are spots to help you get out.
100%.
I'm not saying it's easy though.
It's not, but hold on. This is not easy, but also continue the same way.
It's not easy there.
It's not easy either.
Yeah, it's not easy either.
So choose your easy.
Oh.
Are you taking this? I mean, sorry, choose your way.
Yeah.
They both not going to be easy.
Yeah.
At least there, at the end, you might get a result.
Right.
Here, you already know the result because they're in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, sometimes it's just a change of scenery is what people need. Sometimes change of scenery.
Yeah.
So you guys come over here to the U.S., you change your scenery. I mean, did you bring a certain amount of savings up with you when you came, or no? I feel like
depends
you
who
did.
depends
You
who you
did.
ask.
You did.
I came with a fucking $2,000 in an envelope, man.
Cash?
Yes.
Like tucked into your like carry-on?
I sold my motorcycle, and that's all I had.
That's all you had. Did you
And
have,
I was making good money in Israel. Don't
your
get me
check
wrong.
bags are all carry-on straight from the flight?
No, I got with a big suitcase,
duffel?
but a big suitcase,
Clothes.
a bunch of clothes, but this is all I had. Some
You're
money.
going to a buddy's house. He's giving you a job to be a locksmith. Did you
Yeah.
even know how to do locksmith work?
Hell no, man. I didn't
I
speak
love
one.
this. By the way, I love this because this is the immigrant story.
Yeah, man. I didn't even speak the language. I mean,
Come on.
not even one word.
You weren't watching Tom Cruise at all?
Nothing.
Like trying to pick up Top Gun? Nothing?
Nothing.
What's your first American phrase that you fell in love with?
Damn.
That's it?
That's deep.
It can mean a lot of different things. You
I don't even remember, man. I don't.
don't remember
I don't
something
even
that stuck
remember.
out for you? Joe, did you spoke the language,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Your mother
She only spoke to me in English as a kid.
Really?
But I
Okay.
did not respond in English because I was too shy. Growing
Okay.
around people who only
Yeah.
speak Hebrew. So,
Okay.
but I knew English.
Yes. And so
For me, it was probably just bad words.
oh yeah, those are all bad words.
you
Yeah,
always-
that's
you-
what you
yeah.
learn first.
You
Yeah,
always
yeah.
go somewhere and they teach you the bad
They
words.
teach you the bad words first, for sure. So you came over here, locksmith, and then Joe, did you, when you came over here, you connected with him through Chicago or no?
No, I was strategic about my connections, so
Okay.
it was a plan that built. But I want to take you back for a second to the phrase you asked him.
Yes,
A
please.
phrase that I had in English,
Okay.
and I used it a lot even before moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know WhatsApp,
WhatsApp? Yeah.
the chatting,
messaging,
texting,
yeah.
messaging.
Mhm.
So my status over there is this sentence: you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Come on. Yeah, I think, was it like Kobe said that or whatever? I think it's Kobe. I think it is.
I'm sure Kobe said so many good things, man.
Yeah, I think it was Kobe.
I don't even know, but this sentence stuck
Very
with me.
Oh,
American statement.
Michael Jordan?
One
of them.
It's a basketball
It
player
came from
for
basketball.
sure.
It came from basketball.
And man, my audience is gonna like razz me for not knowing this, but yeah, it's totally like American. That's super American. Where and you heard that phrase?
I don't even remember where,
like
but
young.
this stuck with me to this day. So I really love the sentence. I really believe in it. If you don't try, for sure, you already
lost.
failed. You already failed.
We're getting into a cool conversation.
I want to make sure that if you like what we're doing, I mean, again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You wouldn't believe that most of you, and I see it because you'll comment and you don't even realize that you haven't subscribed to the show. It is a free way to support what we're doing and the content we're putting out. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button right now. When we got to break, my wife, who everybody knows she's my producer in the control room, said that we were wrong. It's not basketball at all. In that statement, you miss 100 shots. You miss
100% of the shots you don't take.
Wayne Gretzky.
Fact.
Wayne Gretzky.
You knew it.
And I did not know Wayne Gretzky, but and I didn't know hockey. I said it's got to be basketball, but no, it's hockey. What's great is as we're going out, I think you said to my wife, you go, "Who's Wayne Gretzky?" And that's how we know that you come from Israel.
Hey.
Have you ever been to a hockey game?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah,
With the Blackhawks.
Blackhawks.
Yeah. I was actually following a whole full season. It was fun.
Yeah,
I enjoy
cool.
a hockey game.
Yeah,
very intense, fun to watch.
Chicago worth going as a visitor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got a lot to do, right? What would you say?
I think after Vegas, it's the second most toured city for Americans.
Right. What would you say is the thing people need to do when they're in Chicago?
Food, restaurant, fine dining.
What type of food? So steakhouse, fine dining.
Fine dining, Michelin star.
Okay, a lot of that.
Man.
Outside of food, what do I need to see?
Just walking in the streets, seeing the different building architecture is crazy. The river,
a lot of movies,
the lake.
A lot of movies being filmed in Chicago. It's a beautiful city.
Sure.
So taking nice photos.
You need to do like a little boat tour or anything like
probably,
that?
Yeah.
Is worth it?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I mean, yeah, Chicago, they got the bean thing. That's like what's up with that? I mean, that mirrored bean, it's just an architectural thing,
The
right?
bean is the nickname. It's called the Cloud Gate. So basically, it's all like polished nickel, and at every angle that you stand around it, it will reflect something else. And at one point, you get the whole skyline behind you.
Really?
In another, you get the whole park.
First time I hear this. Man, fuck no, it's not. That's the guy to know all this extra information.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting this from Joe.
I went there because I have to be much. I mean, I've been there a few times, just But that's the guy to.
He dives into it.
Yeah,
I love that. Do you go into the history of things pretty much?
Oh yeah. I can't go around my day without knowing something that I just heard. Like if you're gonna tell me something that I didn't know that interests me, the second I leave the room, I'm gonna check. I don't know, ChatGPT and then Google verify it.
Well, did you know? You may not know this fact about this area. Way back in like the 60s or 70s, I think it was. I'd have to go back and check my times. People that watch this locally, they can check me. Y'all check me, boo. But Walt Disney came here and looked at the area of Sandestin.
No.
To open Walt Disney World.
No way.
He looked at that area and just, it wasn't. He chose Orlando, I think, in part because he's trying to keep everything secret. But yeah, he walked the area to look at putting Disney World here. Do
we know why it didn't work?
I think a lot of it had to do when you look at there was really no infrastructure. I think in a lot of the places then. Central Florida would have been pretty low key and chill as well, but you have, I think, when you put it centrally, I think you have more people coming to it. I think he saw the expansions of airports and things like that. Super visionary. Yeah, I mean, you got to have vision. You can. Everybody has a plan to the punch in the face, right? I think that was vision, and I think that was Muhammad Ali, but I'm not sure. Danielle might have to check me on that one too. That's definitely boxing, though. That's definitely boxing.
If you're talking about weird facts about this area, did you know where the name 30A came from?
Well, it's the highway, right? It's the road. 30A is the road, right?
30A, but where did 30A come from? What does it mean?
The 30. Oh,
What's the A?
A.
So
Come on,
we
man.
realized there's
It's
a liquor.
not Avenue, but
No, so there's a liquor store
Okay.
right next to our office in Seagrove,
okay.
and we spoke to the owner. He's like original. He
Yeah.
like built the first structure on 30A, and he told us the story. And he's like, you know why 30A is 38? Told him no.
Yep.
So I said, US 98 used to be Route 30, but at times there was construction. So they opened another alternative route and they called it 30 Alternative.
30
30A,
alternative.
30 alternative.
The local people used to just go there in case of massive traffic.
Yeah.
And it came out with the 30A as a shorter.
Well, and it's closer to the beach. All right. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's really cool. There's a
Don't mess up with it. Don't mess up with it, man.
I love it. You're teaching me
you got too
something
much
about this area.
information.
It's so good.
Irrelevant information, but
Oh, I don't know, man.
I'm
It comes
messing with
back.
that. I'm messing with that.
So, you guys are there. You said you took a different path. Danny, you came into Chicago, went working at locksmith. Joe, where did you land when you came to the country?
So before moving, I wanted obviously.
My house.
Oh,
I went to his house.
did go
but,
to his house. Okay.
Yeah, but I'll get there. So
okay.
I'm like a type of a planning person. So I wanted to weigh my options, see what I want. Do I want to go and study, get a degree? Do I want to go and open a business? Do I want to go and work for someone? I didn't know. I only knew I'm moving to the U.S. I don't know where or what I'm going to do. So I decided to strengthen all my relationships to any persons I know in the U.S. Danny was one of them. We were very good friends. We still used to talk once in a few months after he quit the army. But then when we reestablished the connection, we got to the point that we speak 4 or 5 hours every day on the phone, on FaceTime while he's working. And we got really connected during this time. So my last year of service, when I was strengthening connection in the U.S., we became very close.
Gotcha.
So I told him, hey, listen, I'm kind of, I'm looking for the word, like
That was
Partner.
I told him, listen, I got an interest.
that was the first person that actually made me share honest information. I would say honest, not because I'm a liar, because
Well, it's just you're vulnerable. Everybody holds back information.
Yes,
and,
yes,
and you got to decide who you can have as
So
a
he's been
confidant.
trying to be
But I wa-
discreet about where he is and what he's doing and
for a
everything,
reason. I
even
got
from
hurt-
his family.
I got hurt from the friend who brought me over here.
Okay.
If we can talk about, we can dive into the story
so
eventually.
He
but
hurt you, huh?
it brought me over. I would say that was probably the most pain I ever experienced in my life. It sounds weird, like even not for he knows it's a deep
It's
pain.
emotional pain.
Well,
and
you
scarring when you trust somebody.
You trust someone in a way that you put all of you.
Listen,
with
trust.
him.
When somebody breaks trust,
That's it.
it is a bad pain.
It made me, first of all, not trusting people anymore. Anybody.
100%.
To my
Understand.
not trusting my parents, siblings. I don't trust human, like you said.
Yeah.
People. We prove ourselves that we do bad things to each other.
There's a president in our country. He got it from a Russian, but he said, "Trust but verify."
Exactly.
So he's like, "I trust you, but I'm gonna verify."
I'm gonna verify. That's
Yeah.
true, man.
Yeah.
And again, the attitude is always positive, so I don't hate or I don't remember that as a negative experience. But that was probably the biggest lessons of my life
Right.
that turned me who I am right now.
So you were working with this guy, and he just kind
Working
of
for him, put my trust. I
Yeah.
created him, obviously, big things in the industry because I was literally had nothing to do by grinding. Man, I
all
was
in the kind of locksmith world.
Yeah,
Okay.
24/7, working in the most dangerous area. Never complain, never say a thing. Very respectful, hard worker. I'm a hustler. I'm still hustling for my
By the
life.
way, I think that's the phrase that you learned first.
Yes.
Is 24/7.
Yes.
I think that's his first English is 20.
There you
I
go,
have you in my
24/7.
phone.
Yes.
I have you in my phone as Danny
Danny.
24/7.
Hey, our company in Chicago, that's what they call it.
That's what you're in my
Danny
my
Keys
phone as.
24/7.
Yeah.
Literally because I was, man, for real, I was falling asleep with shoes to be ready to get the
To go.
call and be the fastest to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how I kill a competitor.
Why? What is inside of you that says? Because I don't think that American entrepreneurs get this. Young people, if you're listening today, I want you to lean into what we're about to talk about
Yes.
because that drive to say, how do I beat the next guy? That's something that not a lot of entrepreneurs. They're the ones that get it.
They get it.
They
Yeah.
tend to succeed.
Yes. How you do it, you just become better. How?
Why? But why did you have a desire like I know I can be better?
Because I know myself, and I said
Or
if
I want to be better.
well, this is what me. I mean, this is me. If I made a decision, I'll be 1,000% into it,
Yeah.
and I won't have anybody who can be better than me in that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not making this decision. And I'm a guy who's not really thinking about making the decision. I'm just jumping right into it. But if I jumped, there is no way to go back. And I know I can be the best. That's something I trust myself. I don't know, since I was young. I guess what
That belief, there's a belief inside of you. Does that, you think like your mom and dad set that belief, or you
Oh
just...
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Give respect to my parents. Yes, they're not the best example of successful people. One thing they always used to do, just tell me that I am the best. Even though I came with test with the worst score, my mom literally put it on the fridge and said, "This is my best.
You can do anything."
This is my best son." And look at the
That phrase
test; it's
means
incredible.
something, right? You can do anything.
Something
means
to learn for all the parents who are watching this episode. It's hard sometimes. Kids do some stupid shit. I have teenager that I'm dealing with a lot of crap my own family right now. It's hard, and I'm trying to remind it to myself as well on daily basis with a lot of faith and believe in God. We need to be there and believe in our kids no matter what. And eventually it might help them when they're going to face the point that they need to make the decision.
Yeah. You know, positive reinforcement, I think, goes a lot better than a fear-based reinforcement,
100%.
right? I mean, you think about, like, if you have a dog trainer, and I don't want to equate children to animals, but when a trainer's training a dog, very rarely would they tell you, you know, you need to beat the animal. You know, I can remember seeing relatives take their dogs and they'd say, oh, they messed in the house, someone put their nose in it. And it's like, it's actually a different way to train them, and the dog comes along faster, right? Children tend to, humans, we tend to do that. If you give me positive reinforcement, I'm gonna be behind you a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna believe in myself a little more. I'm gonna have that. But you know, not everybody gets positive reinforcement. So
No.
I get it. That's tough. So sometimes you just have to dig in.
Yeah. So it could be that. It could be my parents who always
Yeah.
put this thing in my head. Hey, you're always the best, no matter what. And I was the worst teenager, man.
Yeah.
Like
No, not good.
No,
and
no.
Israel standards, U.S. standards, anywhere standards.
no standards, man. and they would still used to tell me, "You're the best," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess that worked," you know.
But you did this keys up in there, this guy, so he's kind of like screwed you over.
He did.
You were in business with him, and
still money, a lot of lies, a lot of.
So you had to break away from it.
Well, I did it very casual, you know, like no drama, no.
Oh, that's always a good
Yeah,
way to
I
go.
learned a lot of what he actually is doing. I didn't share with them right away.
Okay.
I met my wife at a time already, and I had my own, you know, I become like more legit in the state. I had my green card at this point.
Okay.
I got some cash saved in my pocket. So I was more understanding where I'm at than just an immigrant who came with no money, no English.
Yeah.
You know, you getting.
You're having building blocks,
Yes,
learning the
yeah.
system, learning how to go,
Yeah.
figuring out your next move.
Yeah, and then find out the truth about what's happening behind the scene. And I found out this is not a friend, and it hurt me so bad. That the point that you don't want it to believe that this is what's happening.
Did you confront him?
Yes, of course. There was a day that after I still worked for him for maybe a year after I knew all that, but I want the case to be stronger, you know, like with more
Evidence.
and more evidence. Yes, thank you. And we sat in a coffee shop next to his house. I told him everything I knew.
Yeah.
He had nothing to say. He just
Did he admit it at all?
Nothing.
He apologized?
Nothing.
Didn't say a word.
No word. We both drinking an espresso. I put $20 on the table and I left. And
How long was the conversation, you think?
maybe 15 minutes, I would say. A good good espresso.
This is a
Yeah.
guy that you've been working for.
That's the guy that I actually helped them
the
to take them to
States
the next
with.
level. And I'm
Yeah.
very thankful because he taught me the core
Okay.
of the job.
Yeah.
The core of,
Yeah.
and also this biggest lessons. Don't trust people right away.
Yeah, no, it's a tough thing. Trust is one of those things that's built over time.
Yes.
Even again, even if you're born into a family, you subconsciously, I
Yeah.
think children learn to trust because why? Because this person's feeding me every day. This
Yeah.
person's cleaning me every day. I feel safe. Whatever
Right.
it is, and you build this trust. Trust is a tough thing, and when it's broken,
It's hard.
it's not. Trust can be restored, folks. If you're listening today, trust can be restored, but it takes
Hey, that's
so
the
much
proof.
effort. It
That's the
takes so
proof.
much effort.
I put my trust in the partner again.
Yeah.
We build trust over
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's all the little things that then build up to bigger things that you
Yes.
can start trusting people with. Yeah. And so you're doing the locksmith. When he brought you on, brought you in, or he starts telling you what he's doing?
So we took it slow, and he started telling me for real what he's doing. And I wanted more for myself, not just a job. I wanted to build something. And just like Danny believes, I really think I will be the best at anything I do. Show me the basics, give me a month, give me 2 weeks. I'll be better than anyone at anything. This is what I
Mindset.
truly believe.
mindset.
And when I understood what he's doing, I said, "Hey, listen, I think there's huge potential if we take it to a broader range than not just you with customer. I think we can build something around you and make it huge. And I think I got what you're lacking, and I think you have all the core things that I don't have or don't want to work hard to get that you've already built. I think together we can do something big." So we said, "Okay, let's try
Let's
it out."
give it a chance.
So I flew over. I slept at his house for about 3 weeks while I found an apartment to rent. And that's a different story, how hard it is, even as a legitimate U.S. citizen with no history in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
almost impossible to start.
Where's your credit score?
The immigrant
No.
become the cosign.
It's crazy. So
yeah.
I went to get an apartment. Okay, show us proof of employment.
Right.
So he wrote me somewhat of a fake letter of
Yeah.
he's my boss and that's
Yeah.
what I'm going to make.
Right.
Okay, so give us an ID with an address. I only have a passport.
Yes.
Okay, so go get an ID. I'm going to the DMV to get an ID. Show us proof of address. But I'm trying to get an address
wow.
to get an ID. Okay,
Wow.
so show us a cell phone bill. So I'm trying to get a T-Mobile account. Show us an address and an ID. So I'm in this endless loop. So he adds me on his bank account. So they send a statement with my name on his address. I
There's
go.
trust right there.
I'm telling you.
You put it on like you had that on like your separate account. It had like $100 in it, right?
Oh, man, come on.
I go get an ID on his address. I open a cell phone bill on his address. Then I go sign for a lease. Then I transfer everything
To that address.
Then I open a bank account on that new address. And then I basically separate from him.
So you really do need a sponsor.
Yes.
When you come to the United States.
No matter what.
You need a sponsor.
Even if you're a citizen.
I mean, right. Even if you're a citizen that hasn't really lived in the United States, you need a sponsor.
I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I mean, it
shouldn't be
but I
that
get
easy.
No, I mean, look, everybody needs to have rules and regulations into their country, or then
Yes.
you don't have a country, right?
Right.
But I mean, you've got to. To me, I've never seen it that way. Like, it's very interesting what I'm hearing, and I've talked to other immigrants. There's been other stories of, war-torn countries. There's Vietnamese stories of folks coming from that in churches in the area sponsoring people to come over. So I know there's a lot of churches that they find that kind of their mission to help immigrants assimilate into the States. But I've never thought about like all the things you need. I mean, when I left my family's home at 18 years old, 19 years old, I went to the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia, and my mom I think had to co-sign on my first lease, but so I needed a sponsor,
See?
and then I needed to figure out how to get a bank account, and you had to all of these things, but I was an American, and so once I had my first apartment, then I had an address, and but everything was so. I mean, I was learning things as I went, but not nearly as hard as what you're talking about.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So we got past that, the surface things of bureaucracy. I got my own place,
Right.
and he was at the point that he already got separated from this guy, opened
Yep.
Danny Keys that we know today.
Danny Keys,
been working for himself
24/7.
for some time.
24/7, baby.
And he had enough work volume to sustain himself and his family, but definitely not enough to feed me.
Yep.
So for me, he reestablished connections with some of the people that he previously worked for
People I didn't want to do.
to
but I
get
had
him
to.
those extra jobs
Okay.
so I could do those extra jobs. And
Essentially saying, like, when you don't need work, I'd like to have some extra. Is that what he's doing then?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, he would subcontract jobs from them,
Yep.
pass it on to me so I could do those jobs and make somewhat of a living.
Okay.
And then our next goal was
I
basically...
assume you didn't know anything about locksmithing.
No, he taught me and the very basics, just like he was taught.
Hardest part of locksmith that nobody knows about. What is it?
People. Deal with people. It's nothing about locksmith.
Yeah.
Nothing about locksmith. It's all the dealing with people.
Service in general. You want to service people. First, you have to love people. People call you for a reason. Yes, you deal with. I know it sounds too deep or too spiritual.
No, I like it. I like this answer.
And most of the, it might be some service workers out there in a crew who listen to us and, the fuck is this guy talking about? And I've been serving people for many years, and I'm telling you, our company becomes successful not because just me and him, all of our team. If you ask him what is the best thing and the main thing you need to know and to have, it's show love. When I said love, care, understand the situation. Every person has a different needs. They call you for a different reason, different problems. They value different things. How can you learn all this information about the client in front of you quickly? And then obviously let's talk about the locksmith job and provide with the best solution. That's how we become with the premium locksmith service that nobody else can compete. And back to the question you asked, how can you differentiate yourself from the competitors?
Yeah.
You care. You actually care.
Well, that's kind of number one.
And the money follow. Trust me.
You guys may not know this, but my former life, my wife and I were second generation garbage haulers out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
So we were and it sold it in 2009, but we were the largest residential haulers in the state of Georgia. And I remember the attitude you guys are showing is an attitude that entrepreneurs have to have. And it's one of the ones that it's ingrained in me. I learned it from my father-in-law. She learned it from her parents, but my father-in-law and mother-in-law were just, my mom and dad were hard workers. So that work ethic wasn't not shown in my home, but the mentality to say, I've got a problem, I don't know the solution, but I'm going to break the walls down if I've got to find it.
Right.
Like I'm never going to stop. And then the attitude to say I'm going to out-service someone, I can remember I sat down with a competitor one time and he was, I don't even remember what we were discussing. And I think he was somewhat talking about me possibly looking at buying his company. And he said to me, he's like, I don't know, man, you can't service the entire 100% of the entire area. And I was like, watch me try. I was like, at some point, like I'm gonna out answer your phones. I'm gonna have my trucks cleaner. I'm gonna have my cans cleaner. I'm gonna have
this stuff,
all that. I'm gonna train my people better. It's all of those things that I'll give you an example. This is probably good for the audience to hear. We did a thing called the Benjamin Awards because it's the $100 bill, right? So we called it the Benjamin Awards. And if you got 3 unsolicited compliments from anyone, meaning you couldn't be your mom. It couldn't be your mom or dad or your cousin, right? You call in and go, hey, my guy John was such a great driver today. But if somebody called in on the phone and they wanted to say, hey, the crew did X, Y, Z really good today. I just want to tell you, I want to thank them. We'd mark that. Whoever got that call would mark that for the guy. And we had a board. We'd mark it. And once you got 3, it's $100 bill. Oh. And so I would have guys that would run up to people's houses and they would like see somebody coming out of their house. They'd run up and grab their can and say, I've got it, ma'am. I've got it, ma'am. Make sure you call them and tell them I did this. Right. And so I remember one driver, one crew came in. He goes, this guy's out there telling everybody to call? I said, sounds like you should do this. I'm like, you think I'm mad that he's trying to get people to say thank you? I was like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to make fans. Yeah. Like he's trying to like really love on folks.
And that's the only way to go.
Yeah, it goes right down to it. The only way to go. Yeah.
Because in the service industry, especially for us, it's a return client. People will always need you.
Right.
Maybe not right away, but next year, neighbor.
Yeah.
Family members, friend, whoever it is, the referral. It's
So your word's all you got in this life, you know. Your reputation, you know, it's all you got in this life. So you're doing keys up in Chicago. Is that you guys down here? You're doing a little bit more than just.
Well, keys sounds bad, but yes, we do.
It doesn't sound bad. I mean, look.
I'm saying
there's a business in that.
Yeah, no, for sure. We deal with a lot of very high-end hardware. You know, like handle sets, a lot of security for commercial as well, on the higher end.
Okay.
We have a very powerful supplier behind us.
Okay.
From all over the world. I mean, we have suppliers in Australia, England, all over the place.
When you say high end, I mean, are you talking like biometric sort of things, safes,
everything, but not just technology. You can have
everything through doors, anything that's attached to the door to open and lock it.
Yes.
Both on the security aspect and also on the designer and luxury aspect. So if you're building,
so even if I say I want to change the hardware on all my doors in my house,
yes,
I could call
and
you
you're
guys
looking for
and you will
specific
find the
design,
right
specific
stuff.
finish recommendations. Will be your designer, installer, and your best friend for coffee.
We installed a handle set at $30,000 handle, man.
Come on, $30,000 handle. What's this thing made of? Gold?
Gold.
Yeah.
Gold. Yeah, gold, man. You got it right.
Come on, man.
I mean, you have to. You can't just. We're talking about love and care about your client. You have to have the product behind.
We have some of the most amazing real estate here on this Emerald Coast. I mean, you look at this panhandle from all the way to Pensacola to the armpit, what I call the armpit of Florida, before it turns.
Yeah.
You know, there's the most expensive piece of real estate is on 30A. I mean, and I'd say on 30A, I'd say really from Miramar Beach to Inlet Beach is you know, homes, the average home price, I think, and this is being generous, but I think it's for like 8 to 1.2 to 800 to 1.2 million. And that's being generous because I've seen home prices, you know.
Oh, we serve houses for 24 million.
Oh, 100%.
You know, 30 million. I mean, we've been there.
100%.
And that's what they need. They need these people with the confidence.
Yeah.
And the knowledge.
So would you do any garage doors or anything like that too?
Yes.
So you do garage doors.
Over here.
What's that?
Over here in
So over here you
in
do.
Florida,
And you still have the keys,
yes.
Danny Keys
Oh,
in Chicago?
Absolutely.
We're the biggest company out there.
In Chicago.
In Chicago.
And you're soon to be the biggest company here.
Right away.
How long have you been here on this?
6 months.
6 months.
And we're already getting a lot of clients from our competitor.
Well, you're meeting the right people because, I mean, when you meet David Fields and Eddie and they get you out there and then they're like hitting me up and like, you got to meet these guys.
Yeah.
And I was impressed straight away.
And we love people, man. I mean, we love to meet the good people.
Yeah.
And
so
we'll be here for you. Call me at 2 a.m. I'll be there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, so far, 6 months, how's it going?
It's going great.
It's going great.
Yeah.
Way better than expecting.
What made you, I mean, look, there is a pipeline, by the way, from like, my other co-host, he's not here today, but he's from Bloomington, Indiana. So he went to Indiana University. And I kid him all the time because there's this like pipeline that's straight down from like Chicago, like Illinois and Indiana. Mm-hmm. It's like straight down and it ends between like Pensacola and here.
Right.
You know, it's like there's this pipeline and there's a number of people from the Midwest that have relocated.
Indianapolis, Nashville, St. Louis. They all come here.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people come down this way. So, but what made you decide here? I mean, because there are other cities. You know, you're from a big city, so like Orlando.
Well, we don't like the big city. We live both in the suburbs.
Okay.
We live in the suburbs. Very similar to the bubble of the 30A area.
Yeah.
Higher, you know, higher expectation from people.
Right.
The weather. So the decision made, well, we both knew for the past 4 years we've been looking to expand. We just didn't know where.
We've been researching and flying to places. Once a year we'd go. We went to Boise, Idaho. We went to Key West. We went to Palm Springs, California.
Yeah.
We went to Arizona. So every year we go somewhere else with the mindset of we need to expand somewhere, but also to move our personal lives there for better weather, better schools, better mindset, better environment.
Better lifestyle.
Super smart.
And then when for me, there was the wake-up call. It's a personal story, but my youngest son was diagnosed with on the spectrum in Chicago. And I feel like it's a thing over there. You know, it's a liberal state. Not talking politics, but they're trying to put on every single kid a sticker. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe this. I feel like it's okay to use technology and to understand and diagnose if needed. But I feel like the speed that they put your kid under a title, it's something that I was not connected at all. On January 2025, we went to the Caribbean. We went to Turks and Caicos.
I don't want to skip over that. I mean, when they put a label on them, I mean, you're saying they did it quick? I mean, did they do any testing or?
Quick in the way that we're sitting in a smaller room than your area over here with 3-year-old and 9 cameras and 9 people who's watching him. And after an hour and 20, he's 3 years old, man. Just a 3 years old. And all the problem is not speaking the way they said he should speak. So it's just development delayed with communication delayed. The guy sitting in a very small room with the parents, me and my wife, and 9 other women who's watching him and recording him.
Right.
So much is going on in such a small room. I was nervous, you know, like I was not comfortable. And after an hour and probably 15, 20 minutes, they said, okay, he's autistic. And I'm like, based on what you're saying it. Now, again, my wife thinks that I'm not accepting the fact that he's autistic because I don't want to believe in it. I just feel like he's still young to know.
Yeah. I mean, it helps. I'll also tell you the autism spectrum is so broad now.
It's so wide.
You know, neurodivergent can fall under anxiety, OCD.
Yeah.
It can be a lot of different things. It can be what they're including in the neurodivergent. So it's not really. I think what we have done in the past, and I only say this because I have a dear friend of mine, Lindy Wood, who runs Westonwood Ranch, and these are for traditionally it's heavy autistic children, a lot of times nonverbal.
Yes.
And older. And so they kind of aged out. And she has a ranch for them here locally that they make like microgreens and things like that and sell it back to the restaurants. They have kind of purpose and doing a lot of great things for that group. But, you know, traditionally we say these words, autism has kind of been, at least for me, has been like this severe case.
Yes.
As I've dived into it and meeting people like Lindy and others, you start realizing that there is... It's a broader spectrum. It's not the same thing.
I could be autistic in some way. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was sitting in a room with 14 guys the other day, and we had this conversation. And I was talking to a really close friend of mine, right across from each other, and he said that to me. He said, "You know, I bet in this room right now there's probably 1 or 2 people in this room that are autistic."
Oh yeah.
And the guy was eavesdropping like 2 or 3 seats down, right? And he goes, "I think I might be autistic." And I said, why do you think this?
Crazy.
And he had all these different like emotional boundaries and things that he just doesn't, certain things don't register. By the way, this is a highly functional individual that is exceptionally well at his job that said that. And I thought, wow, very interesting.
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand how that, again, the expansion of these kind of neurodivergent sort of things are. So I only say that, like, look, every parent knows their child and you've got to go through that. But I don't think it's as scary of a world as it used to be either.
Exactly. Yeah. Which it is still. My wife got very scared to, you know, shoot.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Anytime
it's
somebody
understandable.
says, like, if you tell me my kid's got a cold, like, you know, when you're a new parent, like,
you're stressing out.
Kid, our first kid, I mean, I call my pediatrician all the time. My second kid, half less. My third, like,
you
whatever.
Don't care.
Give some NyQuil.
You've been there.
Yeah.
So anyway, taking my kids to the Caribbean, seeing him by the beach, I knew we grew up by the beach. I grew up by the beach, 15 minutes away from the beach. It's something about the beach. You know, it's something about the beach. You know,
this is one of the nice. I mean, Sugar White Sands here. I've been to a lot of beaches in the world, brother.
Me too.
I don't know a lot. Is it a lot down in Israel is, but I mean
nothing like that. No, maybe the water are warmer.
Yeah, right. Saltier for sure.
Yeah,
but it's more like gravel than sand.
Yeah. No, this Sugar White Sand. No, I've been to beaches like this,
man,
where I've walked on there and I'm going, this isn't really a beach. This is rocks.
We traveled the world, and on March, by his recommendation, I said I need to take my son on March again because Chicago weather getting really brutal.
Yeah.
And then you find that you wanted to just get away somewhere warm.
Yep.
And we travel. We went all over the place. He's like, hey, it's a very close place with a beautiful beach. I've been there a few years back. It's called Panama City Beach. Go there. And I looked online. I'm like, I was not connected to the Panama City Beach.
Redneck Riviera, baby.
Yeah, it didn't look that good to me. But then I'm just scrolling on the B&B app. and I'm watching the pricing going extremely
Well,
high.
from 200 to 20,000.
I'm like, hold on, what is
You
going
can
on?
rent this place.
What is going on? That's my spot. And then I'm watching Alice Beach, Rosemary, Grayton, and all these beautiful places. I'm like, okay, we're going down there. We drove again.
Great spots. Yeah.
Yeah, we drove down here. In March, I'm biking with the wife.
Yeah.
And I look back at her. I'm like, we're moving over here right away. It's something with the energy.
Place.
I fell in love. And obviously, there was just a thing to say.
Sounds like you did it right before spring break, though.
Yeah.
With the madness.
Yeah. But then I called her. I'm like, listen, we found our place.
Okay.
We came down here, just me and him, looking for the opportunities of the business aspect. We found out there is so much, like you said, beautiful houses with the high end, like what we know. This is our thing. Those are the houses that need us.
Yeah.
And they by the beach. The condition of the hardware is not good.
The care.
Yes.
The product you can provide.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did a little deep research. We find out this is our spot. We can just make a beautiful, beautiful company over here. This is all we know and doing the best. We didn't even look at our competitors. We didn't care much.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So you're here, you just bring just the two of you. You didn't bring a crew?
We came for a weekend.
But it's
you
never
mean-
left?
No, hold on. We came for a weekend.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
We came for a weekend. We came home. I'm looking at my wife and like, it's looking good in the business aspect. Now, you have to give the thumbs up. His wife has to give the thumbs up. I came again with my wife, no kids, looking around for school, where to live. You know, a little bit of a tour, watersound origin.
Yeah.
Looking around, she's like has a lot of concern. Natural things, you know. We had beautiful life in Chicago, you know. And then why do you want to leave if everything is great? Because the weather, because so many reasons. The people, politics is getting weird. A lot of things on the plate, and the business opportunity to expand. We took the decision. June, he was here already with his family. July, I moved with all 4 of my kids.
Came out of school.
Yeah. We just, we finalized things quickly, and we just moved.
Just the two of you, though.
Yes.
So he's the visionary, and I'm the executor.
Yeah. You
Now
got to have both.
Now, he came back from Turks and Caicos. That was
January.
end
By
of
the
January.
way, Joe, I just want to say, I could have told you this without you telling me that. Everybody on this podcast right now.
I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, I got some visions myself.
100%. 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't mean you're visionless, but I can tell your methodical approach to things.
And I trust him so much, and I trust his big will and big belief so much that he told me when he came back from Turks and Caicos, seeing his son at the beach, said, "Man, this did so good to my kid. This winter, I'm not here." Now, we made a decision. We're not going to separate ourselves.
Okay.
We're not going to leave one person here, one person there.
Yeah.
We're kind of tangled for life.
All right.
The
So
first reaction for him was very stressful.
So he said,
like,
like-
oh, shit.
Because I
gotta
know I
work
need to
faster.
execute it. He said, listen, by winter 2025, 2026, I'm not here.
Okay.
And then I recommended him going here, but we've already laid down the steps of what we need to be able to leave the business in Chicago in good hands, self-sustaining.
Yep.
So we worked really hard. We hired a lot of people. We did a lot of protocols. We brought in a lot of technology to manage and to supervise. And we were ready when we decided this is the place. We were already ready, like 3 months later. So that's no coincidence.
Like with a business.
Yeah, wow. But you were here just, what I love about this too, though, is that, and it's such great, man, because there's people that get in their business and then it grows to a point and they don't know, like when they want to go that next level, you got to go back to that same gear you had at first.
Yes.
You got to step out
You
from
gotta
the business.
Step out. Yeah,
100%.
when you're wanting to do that, like a lot of times people think they're going to expand. They can expand on an easy street, and it's like there's no easy to this. You got to
easy, no
you got to go
shortcut.
hard, just like you did the first time when you do this stuff, and it's difficult. It's tough. I remember we rolled out garbage trucks. We were the first in the South. There was one other company that did it before me. But we automated trucks, where we had the one arm that would grab the cans and dump it. And before that, we had what's called semi-automated, where you had guys on the back that bring the can. They might have a flipper that flip the can in and set it back down. But we went to one driver, on a truck, just a driver and an arm. And that was quite the turnover of education to the customer to go from, how to set your can out, how to point it, how to not put it near a mailbox. I mean, there's all these nuances that you don't think about.
Right.
But you need to do so that the arms don't like knock over mailboxes, or if people don't realize that if they set their can, Walton County just went to automated. And if you look at the can, the handle needs to be faced the house. And people don't realize if they face the handle towards the road, the garbage can will grab it
And everything's spilled.
And when it comes back, that lid acts like a fulcrum.
Interesting.
And it throws whatever trash is caught on that lid. It'll just sling it right back at the house. They wonder, why do I have like diapers in the middle of my yard? Turn the can the right way.
Yeah.
And everything falls out and the can doesn't catch it. So they're like all this educational things that we had to do to get through it. But I remember we had to go hard. I mean, we had to go hard for like a year.
Yeah.
Educating people and doing all that. And it was like this massive changeover. And there's a gear you have to find when you go into that next level, right?
You have to always willing to sacrifice something.
Well, you
to go
guys
back.
sacrificed your comfort,
Yes.
because you could stay in Chicago, and I guarantee
Be the
you don't
big
have to be on.
boss.
Well, you don't have to be on site.
Right.
You're not installing stuff. You're not doing stuff. But now you're on site.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
You love it, don't you?
It's amazing.
What's the next
To the
step?
point.
The next evolution is to bring people on, right?
Soon, yeah. By January, we're gonna have some an additional, team that we're bringing from Chicago.
Okay.
People that we always love.
Now, what's the lottery like on that? I mean, you've got teams in
Ooh,
Chicago. How are you doing it? 'Cause how
everyone-
many-
They will do anything to come
Everyone
down
are
here.
dying to come here.
right? I mean,
We just had a party for Thanksgiving.
are you
Everybody,
going to do like American Idol for Danny Keys 24/7?
whoever's gonna make the most money.
But they're in a pickle because if you're best performer, you can't leave Chicago. We need you there.
wow.
But if you suck, you can't come here because you're not good enough.
You can't. Oh wow! So yeah.
You have to place yourself near the top performing, but
You
not
hear
the
this,
best.
Danny Keys 24/7.
Sometimes
Danny
being
Keys,
the
they
best
know.
doesn't work to your best because if you're going to be the first here,
We had this party right now for Thanksgiving last week. We just came
Yeah.
from Chicago, so we went. We did a beautiful
Yeah.
party with
How
the
many
team.
people?
About 30.
32.
Yeah, 32 people
That's awesome.
and a team.
So you've kind of got your work cut out for you to pick who the team is.
So everybody had to, we brought some presents to each other, and that was a whole fun.
But if you're really good and you're like, I want to be in Florida, do you think that person starts slacking off at a few jobs? I need to get back mid-tier.
Yeah, it has to. So everybody was, hey, make a wish for next year.
Yeah.
I want to be down in Florida.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody, and they looking on like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's
Who are
big
we-
time.
who are we picking?
How are you going to do this? What do you think? What do you think you're going to do? I mean, you're just going to look at everybody and try to. Will you help? Like, 'cause
Well,
that is a really tough situation.
It's a
right?
business decision.
Yeah, it is a business decision,
And it has to be a smart decision.
That's right. You
Because
can't- you're
it's
right.
very important. The first person who's going to drop here from Danny Keys' blood, the Danny Keys family, he's going to lead the rest of the people here. Either we're going to grab them local, like we're going to find them local, or we're going to get them from Chicago.
Right.
So we'll find. We still haven't decided yet.
That's so good, man. That's so good.
I'll keep you posted though.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, you guys are, I mean, it's an amazing story. I love the immigrant story, and I love how hard you guys work. And I think that's, look, our country was founded on an immigrant story. And that's where hard work ethic happens. However, you can get generations away from it. And that's where I think we've got sometimes. I'm excited about this next generation. Part of the reason why I do this podcast, my audience is essentially 18 to 44. And I love that because I love the youth. I love that exuberance. I've got everyone starting out on their journey to, maybe in parenthood at some variation. And it's not easy. Life's not easy.
Life is not easy.
And figuring all this out isn't, you don't have to figure it out. But I do love this next generation because they see the world differently. Yeah. They see the opportunities at them differently. They look at the world and say, I can make income in different ways and I can figure it out. I don't know how many people are willing to, put it all on the line.
Put it all and be consistent.
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, what does it cost you? I said, it costs you everything.
Everything.
Everything. If you want to be the best, it costs you everything.
Yes.
I mean, if you want everything, it's going to cost you everything. So that means you're going to be strained, and you're going to have moments that you're going to have to reassess and say, I'm not spending enough time at home. I need to spend more time at home. Or I'm not spending enough time at work. I need to spend. This whole idea that there's a balance,
There
like
is
it's temperament.
There
you
is
know?
no balance. That's what we say.
Yeah.
Work is life, and life is work, and family is work, and work is family. And it's all combined. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner,
Yeah.
there is no line. You can shift one way or the other at certain times based on the circumstance. But if people ask, hey, how do you put the boundary between work and life balance? You don't.
Yeah.
If you need to be 27 hours a day at the business, you create more hours. And if your wife needs you, you don't show up for a week, hoping you got a trusted partner.
You've got to figure out a way. And yeah, because it's not easy. I think communication. My wife and I've worked together. You know, like I said, she was the CFO and I was the CEO of that company, and we've continued after we sold, working together and doing business ventures together. And communication is really the key. It's how do I communicate? Like, she does really a much better job of creating boundaries and communicating in that way to say, hey, we need to pull back, or we need to go on a vacation, or we need to take some time out, or we need to press harder, or we need to go harder. And sometimes I tend to be the one that's pie in the sky and figuring it out. She's definitely much more the execution. But people would know that about us. I always tell everybody I'm the hug, she's the hammer. So, so yeah, it's when you came over here, you know, it's is there like, you guys, because you come from a Jewish background, which is interesting because I think it can be. I know people that have a Jewish background that would be more cultural. Like, I'm from Israel, and so I'm Jewish background. I have friends that would say, like, I'm Catholic, but that just means they're Italian, right? So you guys, I mean, do you practice your faith, or how does that work? Did you come over? We have a big Christian faith here. Does that interfere at all? And how does that work?
Well, we both believe in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about God, man.
Mm-hmm.
I owe my life to God. Everything I have is God.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting my wife is because of God.
Mm-hmm.
Making the money that I'm making, it's all God. He chose me for a reason to do all this kind of stuff, and I'm all about being thankful and giving back.
Giving back, yeah.
Giving back.
Yeah, it's an important part of entrepreneurship.
Very important.
Yeah.
And it's all about Him, man. We, like I said, tomorrow is never promised.
Yep.
And I just living my life for Him. Obviously, I'm trying to get as connected as I can to understand what is my purpose here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is what I'm all about.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds, for some people, too crazy, but we do Shabbat dinner. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Yeah, I know.
So every Friday night, this is something I grew up. Friday night, you want to bring friends over? My kids bring friends all the time. Nobody's
awesome.
going out.
Okay.
This is the time that we stay home. If I'm asleep, you can go out. But as long as I'm up and we're drinking around the table, we're having a family, even though we're very good at having a family dinner almost every night, you know, sometimes just life. Mm-hmm. But Shabbat is Shabbat. It's for God, getting connected. Like you just prayed before we started here.
Yeah.
Something that He gave us all we have.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum that we can do, it's this.
Very good.
Practice what we know.
Yeah, because I don't know where a synagogue would be around here.
There is none.
There's none.
We go to Destin,
Coming back, had a little technical difficulties. I always, my one co-host says, "Don't tell anybody you had any technical difficulties." I was like, "I don't know. That's my audience. I gotta be authentic."
I'm sure they enjoyed that.
Yeah, but you were talking about Shabbat. Sounds amazing. The one I had ever been a part of, and I was part of this one ministry, and they brought in I don't know if you heard of this group called Jews for Jesus. And so the Jewish people that have come to determine that they believe Jesus is the Messiah, but they still hold on to values that, you know, cultural things. So they would have Shabbat, they would do Passover, things of this nature.
Interesting.
And so they did a Passover, which I thought was
It's great.
Amazing watching this Passover. It was absolutely amazing.
I think Passover is the longest prayer dinner.
Yeah.
If you do it properly, you're looking at 3 to 4 hours.
Easy.
So they did it non-properly because we were probably hour and a half.
Come on, man.
That's a shortcut.
This should come
So
to
that
our
was
family.
they shortcutted it. They shortcut.
Next Passover.
Again, they said Jews for Jesus. They were like, look, we're about to run a bunch of Christians that aren't going to figure this out.
It's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. It's 3 hours for Passover.
It could be even more. It depends how much wine you drink.
Yeah, really.
Every Passover we're celebrating together with family. This year we did it actually with a friend of ours in Chicago. He brought his family from Israel. Maybe about
35, 40 people.
The amount of wine, man. The amount of drinks. The amount of...
How does
festive.
How does from Israel? How does like the Jesus character line up? You know, in Israel, because there's some tension there, right? Or no?
To Jews, not
Yeah.
really.
No.
The Jews see
Jesus was a Jew. I mean,
Jesus was a
yeah,
Jew.
Yeah.
He was the first Christian, but he was also a Jew, and
Arguably, he wasn't a Christian. I mean,
he was the
right?
best. He was the
didn't
best
know.
Jew,
Right.
and basically
Perfect life, yeah.
created Christianity
Right.
as moving forward with Judaism values, but in a
right.
better way in his mind. So
Yeah.
this is how
A
Jews
lot of
and
Jews,
Christians, for the most part, are
no problem.
no problem. Besides the times of Crusaders and Romans,
Well, yeah,
'cause
that was a bad period there.
pretty
That was
intense
pretty dark
Christians.
time. That was a pretty dark time for us Christians
Yes.
there. Yeah, we don't like to talk about that part.
no, they were kind of Al Qaeda Christians.
Yeah. You're right. You're totally right. You're totally right. Like I said, we don't like to talk about that time. Oh, man, that's great.
And it's funny. You said Jews for Jesus. In the U.S., you call them Jews. A different,
That's what they call themselves.
Yeah, they call themselves Jews. In Israel, we call them Christians.
So you just call them, right, they're just Christians in Israel, right?
Yeah. I forgot how do you say it in Hebrew, but I had a guy from this group served with me. So they call themselves Yehudi Mashiach. You probably heard it. Those who live in...
No, I know. No, I heard it before,
Yeah.
but it's, yeah.
Okay.
So it's interesting how the terminology changes.
Changes a little bit, yeah.
I'll give you another example. My wife's father is Jewish,
Okay.
but her mother is Christian.
Very interesting.
By Judaism,
Not allowed.
she's
Right.
not Jewish because it's determined by the mother. In Russia,
It's not that not allowed. She doesn't count as
she
a
doesn't
Jew.
count as Jewish by Judaism. In Russia, it goes by the father out of respect to the male.
So she's
So in Russia, she's Jewish.
Jewish in Russia and not.
But in the United States, you choose who you are. You could choose to be Christian or Jewish or Muslim
Yeah.
or whoever you want to be.
Would you say, though, that is an interchangeable term? Because Judaism, again, is like, would you say, because there's people that say, well, I'm Jewish because I'm from Israel, but not practicing a faith. So does it, because it feels like it means two terms, right? Because here, if I say I'm American, but then I'm also
Christian.
a Christian. So I would identify my faith separate from my culture.
So Israeli is going to be the culture.
Okay.
And
So if somebody says I'm Jewish, then I'm born into it.
yes.
Okay.
But Judaism, it's not just a religion, it's also tradition and culture as well. So you'll find Israeli Jewish and American Jewish sharing a lot of common traditions that are religious based, even if they're not religion.
Are you able to read, like, I know I've heard people tell me that come from Israel before, and you guys would be perfect examples to hear this, but are you able to read, or is it shunned to read, like, the New Testament?
You're able. You're able to do whatever you want.
So you can do that. It's not like
some Jewish will look like some Orthodox.
would be like, no, you can't read that. Yeah, okay.
The ultra religious will say, I can't go into churches, I can't read off the New Testament.
Okay. So it's not that. It's not like there's a new age that's out there right now.
When I visit Europe, churches are the first places I go. They're so beautiful. Like you got to go in and
100%.
value how they build, how.
Yeah. 100%.
Well, my stepkids, the father is Christian, and I've been in church for their events. It's also, I believe in this beautiful world. We need to explore things, and it's something to do. I don't want to be this person who grew up in Israel and get, stuck-minded. Oh, I can't do all this kind of stuff because this is what we know.
Well, you need to be tolerant to a degree for sure, and I just like to have that conversation because I don't know, right? I come from one viewpoint. I grew up in the South. I was raised in a family that believed this way. If I was born in Israel, I would have believed something entirely different, and I had different traditions and different.
Isn't it interesting?
And words, and it's just the way the world works, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why we need to understand how, like, what do these values mean? Because a lot of the core values, like I said, came from, we call it Judeo-Christian values, So for sure. Very interesting.
Human
values.
needs to remember one thing, I feel.
Yeah?
Let's just stay good people, man.
Good people.
I don't like, well, obviously each person with his own belief, but as long as you're a good person.
Yeah.
Believe in something, right? Obviously we believe in God, it's one God, but just be a good person, be a good human, has a good thoughts that run in your mind, be good things, spread positive. Our world can be much, much better, man.
Yeah, I think that putting others before yourself is super important. I mean,
To the point, yeah.
for being selfless is always is always good, and doing good. It's good to put good in the world for sure.
Yeah.
So I love that. So guys, I have one last question. I'm going to pull up my phone because I want to get this question right.
No.
I sent this out to you guys because I want everyone to have a chance to think about it. But it's the question I'm asking every guest who comes on the show this season 3 here. What's one thing you've added to your life, a practice, a discipline, a way of showing up that you wish you could have told yourself to start years earlier? What's one thing that maybe you feel like you've added to your life that you wish you had started years earlier?
Come on, Joe.
Joe's thinking.
I'm processing.
He's processing. It can be a practice. It could be a discipline. This is the part that I like to let the kids know. It's good for them.
I have something.
Okay.
I hope it's going to be answering the question. It's something that I actually learn how to control. Ego. I was a very disciplined kid, so I didn't feel like I needed, as a teenager, as a young man. But ego, it's something I feel every human, it's in our body. It's good to know how to control it because in some situation in life, we do need it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with human, especially with kids, they show ego, and ego could be very, very negative, almost equal to evil in our body. Ego, it's something I would love young men to avoid completely.
Ego is not your amigo.
Yes, sir. Ego is not your amigo. I'm not sure if it's answering the question.
No, it is. It's a very good answer.
But it's something, if
you start doing that younger,
yes.
you're going to go farther.
Yes. Because this thing will take you to bad places and you won't understand what's causing that.
See, I would say I think you need confidence at times.
Yes.
But you don't need the ego.
Yes.
In fact, if you can drop the ego, you're going to
Avoid
get so
ego
much
completely.
further. Yeah. That's
Eventually.
Good. I think you answered the question. That's good. That's good English there, brother.
Yes, sir. Eventually, you'll earn the ego and you'll learn how to control it. Yeah. And it will come with some accomplishment in the life. Use it wisely when you get older. Yep. But as a young man, just avoid it. Joe?
I think for me, it goes into two. One that I've always believed in, really believe you're the best or you could be the best. And number two, this is something that came later in life, especially since we started our partnership, is really think big and believe big. Mm-hmm. You really can't achieve anything big if you don't believe you deserve it and you can do it and you can get it.
Fact.
That's so good.
So
fact.
You got to have dreams.
You got to have dreams. Without a dream, you won't get it. You're thinking about a red car, suddenly you see all red cars on the street. You're thinking about a big business, you might get there if you make smart decisions, but without wanting a big business, without wanting a beautiful family, without wanting some time on the beach, you won't get those things for sure.
Guys, that's the immigrant story. That's the American story.
Yes, sir.
Is dream it. Dream it.
Dream it. Say it. Live it.
100%. I read somewhere that there are more billionaires produced right here, this country. Not that I think everybody needs to be a billionaire. I mean, I sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder. There's a lot of bad that come from those guys.
Yes.
Sometimes I think you just give everybody. Once you hit $999,999, you give them an award and say, "Hey, you're really good at life." Go back and sit back and relax. But we do produce it because you can dream it. It can be done.
Yeah.
And I love hearing your story. I just want to thank you. It's honored.
Thank you.
I am honored to have you guys on. I'm so thankful for you. And man, it just means a lot. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.